Hey everybody, the first episode of Keith Plays a Porn Game is out, and the second episode drops this Saturday on Second Try TV. Go get yourself some. It's spicy.
Hey guys, welcome to the Tripod. I'm calling the fitness marshal.
Hell yeah. What? Hell yes. Yes.
See if he picks up. I've never called him before.
Oh my gosh, come on, Caleb.
Come on, Caleb.
Can we start every episode with I'm calling blank? And now you have to figure.
Your call has been forwarded to.
Should I call him?
I'm leaving a
The person
message.
you're trying to reach is not available.
Hey Caleb, it's Zach and Keith.
Hey.
I have a lot of Pokemon cards that I found. I'm talking old Pokemon cards.
Some cool ones, honestly.
Anyway, I heard that you're a budding collector, and I found them in my they were in a bin. I was clearing out my childhood home, and so I don't know what to do with them. So if you want to come look at my Pokemon cards, let me know, bro. Talk to you later. Yeah, my parents, we were cleaning out a bunch of our old stuff.
Yeah.
And
they're all over Rachel's desk right now.
the
'Cause I
Pokemon
was-
cards.
We cannot be talking about the Pokemon cards after that. How do you know Caleb, the fitness marshal?
What are you talking about? We're buddies.
What?
Yeah. We're YouTubers. Come on now.
You guys have to be telling me this earlier.
We did
He's been on Eat the Menu. you
What?
know.
We did White
Where was
Elephant
I?
together.
He was on the Panera Eat the Menu.
Oh my god.
He's the godfather to my children. All 7 of them.
He went to Costco and bought Pokemon cards for me and brought them to my house. Like the angel that he is. He's a really big Pokemon Go player. Then he and his buddies did the cutest thing ever that I wish I was invited to. So if you're hearing this ever, Caleb, next time you do this, I would like to come. They bought a bunch of packs. They got like 2 liters of soda and pizzas, and they sat in a circle and opened packs together. Like they were in middle school, but with the money of adults.
That's
so they each bought like
cute.
20 something packs. They just sat and like opened them one by one, and then they traded cards and they put them in binders. Like, fucking, I look like a nerdy fun time.
How do you wait? Okay, that is very cute. How do you guys know him? And was it like
we
before
met him at a
he was famous?
YouTube party years and years and years ago.
He was successful, not as known as now.
Yeah.
But he was definitely doing a great job. And I started watching him and doing his exercises during the early part of the pandemic. So I was bored out of my mind. So I was working out and dancing with him.
I've never done them with him, but I love the little clips that always show up.
Yeah.
He's funny. He would stress me. I feel like if I met him, I'd be like, oh my gosh.
Oh no, he's a sweetheart.
He's a sweetie.
Wait, so this is huge. Guys, today on the Tripod, we are answering your assumptions. But first, the reason I called Caleb is because I was back in New York, my mom's birthday. Happy birthday, Margo!
Happy birthday!
And every time I'm home, we go through bins of memorabilia and we get rid of stuff. We try and whittle it down, and then we also go through and be like, oh my God, look at your 4th grade homework. Found my old comics that I used to write, The Adventures of Pencil Man. We thought those were lost to time.
Wow.
And we found them.
Good news.
So,
Huge.
2 big stories that I need to tell you. One's a short one. I went through some old drawings, and I found drawings that I had done of Neopets.
Aww.
This is a Kiko.
Oh my gosh.
This is a Chia.
That's
Wow.
I mean, this is it. For those who thought that I was making this shit up, this is a
proof?
Poogle. This is a Nemo.
Wow.
We got a Quiggle, of course.
Of course.
These are good. I don't know if I traced them
better,
or what.
Better than I would ever do.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
Sometimes I try to draw a dog for Henry, and I'm like, fuck. Can't draw.
I definitely can't draw. Those are pretty good, honestly, especially for a kid.
I wonder if they were traced because they're good.
The frog toes are a little too good.
But they're on a loose leaf paper, so I don't know, man. But I told you guys, or I've told you in the past, the story of the ducks.
Yes.
The rubber ducks.
The rubber ducks.
For those trying to recap here, basically I had 1 duck that turned into 5 ducks that turned into 20 ducks that turned into having over 100 ducks.
As ducks so often do.
They are. They say, yeah, okay.
Fuck like ducks.
Fuck like ducks.
Luck.
Don't fuck like ducks. Ducks are rude.
Don't they also have the spiral?
Right. Yeah,
They have a spiral
They have a
dick.
spiral. Yeah, corkscrew dick.
Yeah, it's not very nice what they do.
But I guess it's not a penis because when I was on the videos I talk about
Because on all those
chickens
videos I
have
watched.
vaginas, they have cloaca, and then like the I don't know, dicks are called like they're not called penises or something. Bird dicks or something else. I don't know.
We're getting off track here.
Well, are we?
So years ago, I'm going to say 5 years ago, my dad got rid of the ducks. It was a family decision, rather. I should say my mom told my dad to get rid of the ducks. And so we went through. I picked out I think 7 ducks that I have at home.
The most important ones.
So my dad then took the bin, got rid of it. So we're going through the keepsakes.
5 more ducks?
My dad goes, wait right here. He exits the apartment.
He leaves.
Where the fuck are you going? He comes back 10 seconds later with a giant bin. And he says, 5 years ago, you told me to get rid of this. I put it in the stairwell. And it's been there untouched ever
Nobody
since.
took it. Nobody touched it. Nobody moved it.
And he said, I knew every day that this could disappear like that at one moment. And that would be it. But he I don't know if he put it behind something, but it's just first of all, huge fire hazard. It's been in the fire escape stairwell. But we took every single duck. We took every single duck out and we put them outside. And then we sent an email to the whole building saying, come pick up ducks, guys. Are you ready to see what all of these ducks look like?
The duckening? Look at those ducks. Look at all those ducks. How much mold do you think's in them? How much mold do you think is inside every single duck?
We were thinking about that. They never went in the water.
Oh,
no
mold.
I think no mold.
Other than the general humidity could create mold still.
Yeah.
But
there weren't many that were taken. The Blues Brother ducks untouched. Hideki Matsui and Ducky Jeter, both Yankees players, untouched. Anyway, just really exciting that I have photographic
so are they still there?
Evidence.
Yeah,
of
still
the duck.
there. Did
Of
you
the
take
ducks.
any?
I took none.
You don't want any ducks?
I took the ones I wanted.
Oh, already. That's
Maggie
true.
took a Betty Boop duck.
That's cute.
Oh, and a Boop musical.
Is there a Betty Boop musical?
Yeah.
How about that?
So very timely. He should have put a bunch of different color stickers on the bottom of the ducks and then put them in a little bit of water and had a carnival.
Oh my God. Oh,
And the
that
prize
brought
is
back a crazy
the duck.
memory. Yeah. The prize is actually just
The prize is the duck that you picked. Oh my gosh, this is a green sticker. That means you win. Oh, you win that one actually. Green means the one you got.
Really excited. It was all really exciting. It felt like podcast follow-up in
Yeah.
real life. Like my trip was actually just boots on the ground for Rainie.
Yeah.
Part of me was hoping we were going to see the shark shirt.
Oh my God.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Does that still exist? No, you probably.
No, I wish, man.
Yeah.
I'd wear it every day.
Of course you would.
Have I told you guys about this shirt?
No.
Somebody in my class also had a shark shirt, and I remember being like,
Speak
"Oh
on it,
my
Rainie.
God,
Go off, Queen! Come on! Tell the people!
I will say, every time I pull down any bin of anything for any purpose, something in that bin makes me go, aw.
Yeah.
And then I completely forget my task
Oh yeah.
of whatever I was fetching. And I'm like, oh,
I'm gonna sit here for 45
what's
minutes.
this? Oh, what are they cool in here?
All right, guys, we've got a big episode planned.
Oh,
Okay, so I discovered on YouTube there's an old but tried but true trend, which is so you ask your audience what assumptions they have about you, and you respond to them.
Yeah.
So
we're doing our Anthony Padilla over here.
yeah. Padilla does the
doing our
assumptions.
assumptions.
That's his show. It's assumptions where commenters write in assumptions and you answer them.
We went on that show. YB's been on that show. I think
Uh-huh.
he's been on that show 3 times. No, I've been on his channel a bunch.
Yeah.
But they went soft on us because we were guests in their home.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Rainie's taking the gloves off.
So the first one we're starting a little bit hot. Keith is Zach's best friend, but Zach is not Keith's best friend.
This is okay. We're into the assumptions.
Mhm.
So I guess I need to answer it
I feel
first.
like it's almost opposite of that.
You think? Wait.
Wait, one more. Okay. Keith is Zach's best friend,
So that would mean that I consider you my best friend.
Yeah.
Yes.
but Zach is not Keith's best friend.
And you think it's the opposite of that?
Yeah. You have all your little New York friends.
That's darling. I'm so touched. I'm so touched. 'Cause
All your
I was
little-
gonna say I think it's that.
Well, Zach and I are married.
That
well,
I think
yeah,
is,
but yeah.
So it's like that kind of like, and when you're married, that person's your best friend,
Right.
Like truly, because
Right.
you're sharing a lot of like hardship, burdens, opportunities, joys together.
Yeah.
Zach and I do that.
Yeah. So for a long time, I
interesting.
would have said Keith is one of my best friends.
Mhm.
But I think best friends change as life goes
Yeah.
on. And it's like, to be your best friend is like, there's that ineffable quality of like, we click, we vibe, whatever. But it's also the time you spend together and the whatever. And certainly right now, Keith is my best friend.
Mhm.
Aw.
There's no doubt in my mind.
On every metric you could measure on paper, you'd be like, well, what are the things that best friends would do? Like, we would do all those things.
Yeah.
Text constantly.
Yeah.
Send 3-minute long voice memos. Like, offer to drive each other when we're going far places. Like, I always, like, it's just a known thing that if we're going somewhere far in LA, I'm picking Zach up.
Aw.
And I have, like, long friends. Like, Brian Wohl and Mark Musinski are, like, my long-term best friends. And Ryan Garcia is a long-term friend.
That's how I feel about my other best friend, Eric, who, like, that's my dude.
Yeah.
We've been together since middle school. I love that man, but I don't get to see him as much as I would like to anymore. We see each other at this point, every other month or, stuff like that. And so it's hard to compete, man.
Yeah. It's tough.
Keith came in, took that crown.
We're here all the time. I think it's also like the Try Guys as a show creates I think friendships are formed through shared experiences, and we've shared a billion gajillion experiences.
Right.
So like that's just gonna amount to friendship.
Yeah.
Maggie makes fun of me because early on in dating, she asked me, "Am I your best friend?" And I was sort of teasing, but sort of honest. I'm like, "No, Eric's my best friend."
How early?
Like year one. Like this was so early on. But anyway, and then when we were about to get married, she would check in every now and then, and I'm like, "All right, you're my best friend now." And she's like, "Girl."
This is a speed round, yes or no. You keep an extra pair of pants in the office in case of shart.
In case of shark.
Yeah.
Shart?
No, that's never been a consideration.
No, but I do have other shirts normally in my car.
In case of squirt.
In case of squirt. No.
In case of armpit squirt.
And it's actually just like I normally bring one for something, and if I don't use it, I'll just leave it in the car because like some of these days I might need another shirt.
Yeah.
But also, first year of having a baby, I would keep a whole second set of clothing in the car.
Oh yeah,
In
a lot
case
of bodily
in
fluid.
case of baby shart.
In case
or
of shart,
vomit.
in a way.
Or something.
Yeah.
Every parent has a moment where suddenly they have a handful of their child's vomit in the middle of a Target.
Sound off in the comments,
And you're
parents.
like-
You know it.
And you're like, dang, this ain't good. But what am I going to do? I guess we got to leave. That's happened to me.
I guess I'll just head out.
I have extra clothes only because of laziness.
What do you mean?
I just forget stuff here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Classic.
Guys, I have a voice memo
Wow.
from Caleb.
Okay, so I've been so sick, but this was the best best voicemail to wake up to. Also, the transcription said, I didn't know like what you were talking about yet, and it just said, "Hey Caleb, I heard you were a butt collector." Bitch, what? I would love to look at your Pokemon cards. That would be great. I don't know when I'm going to feel better or where you are, but yeah, that would be I'm there. Consider me interested.
Oh, poor Caleb.
I forgot. I've seen on his stories. He's like really sick.
Oh, poor
Poor
guy.
guy.
Oh, he sounds.
Yeah, he sounds
He's
sick.
got some sort of viral something.
But that warmed my heart. That
Yeah.
was great. I love, see, guys, voice
Anytime-
memos are the best.
I do
Anytime
love
a
a
voice
voice
memo or something starts with laughter,
Yeah.
you gotta buckle up for a nice little
Yeah.
joyful moment. Zach.
All right, guys, we have a lot to get to.
Okay.
So we're gonna-
You're right.
This one, I've got one for Zach, one for Keith.
Okay.
Zach seems like he uses a squatty potty.
Yeah, girl.
He definitely does.
You better believe we only have one squatty potty in our house, and we do fight over that one. And also, we just installed a new bidet.
All right, Keith, Miles and Keith kind of have crushes on each other. Zach is jealous. Rainie doesn't give a fuck.
That's funny. Well, Miles and I have a very similar sense of humor. And I think also us working together for the however long we were together, we rubbed off on each other harder than maybe I guess our humor has rubbed off onto Zach, but Zach and I also have a lot of shared humor.
Yeah.
But like,
I feel like I've absorbed Miles-isms as well.
But maybe it's because of our size that people relate it more.
Well,
we do have similar
stop dodging
joking.
the question. Do you have a crush on each other?
Crush?
Or not?
Not a romantic crush. I
Purely physical then, or
yeah, I think so. I'm trying to think of like what would amount to it. Like maybe I have a crush on his lifestyle in that like he has fewer projects to juggle. And that might be nice.
That sounds but still gets to create.
Like he's on tour right now.
Yeah.
And he's only doing that.
Yeah.
But if I was on tour right now, like I'm going to be for literally a day and a half this weekend, whenever I'm not actively doing the touring, I'm like in my brain working on other projects and problems. So like it doesn't ever really turn off.
Yeah.
So like I maybe would like a little less, but that's not going to happen right now.
Not in the cards.
Not going to happen right now.
I don't actually know or think. I don't actually think or know if Miles is a do-it-yourselfer, handyman kind of guy, but he certainly cultivates the aesthetic.
Yeah, you're right.
I don't know if he actually does. I don't know if I guess we've never seen him do anything like that.
I don't know that he could actually fix a goddamn thing.
Yeah.
Do you think he can remove and reinstall his toilet?
I don't know, but he has the aesthetic of someone who can, and I am very, like, I have a crush on that aesthetic, the workmanship.
And are you jealous of Miles and Keith?
Well, I am now. The way that he was dodging that question.
Yeah, I couldn't figure out how to answer it.
Yeah.
This one is interesting to me.
This show is sponsored by BetterHelp. You know, I think therapy can feel like a big investment, right? It's time, it's also a high cost. And let's talk numbers actually, because traditional in-person therapy can cost anywhere from $100 to $250 per session, which adds up really fast. But with BetterHelp Online Therapy, you can save an average of up to 50% per session. With BetterHelp, you pay a flat fee for weekly sessions, saving you big on cost and on time. Because therapy should feel accessible, not like a luxury. And with online therapy, you can get quality care at a price that makes sense and can help you with anything from anxiety to everyday stress. Everybody's lives are different, and sometimes my life is really challenging. Sometimes my life is not as challenging. But throughout all of it, it's great to have therapy as a tool to help you navigate your emotions, your stress, just everything happening. And with over 30,000 therapists, BetterHelp is the world's largest online therapy platform, having served over 5 million people globally. And it's also convenient. You can join a session with the click of a button, helping you fit therapy into your busy life. Your well-being is worth it. Visit betterhelp.com/tripod to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/tripod.
Zach is actually the bad cop and Keith is the good cop at the company.
Oh. I'm trying to think of when we would ever have to be bad cop, good cop.
Yeah.
I suppose I can think of times that you've been bad cop for sure.
I've been bad cop.
We take turns.
Yeah, we take turns. I guess maybe you are a little more frequently bad cop than me, but that's only because you deal with more
Talk
of the
more.
and also deal with the more of the this has to happen right now this way kind of business side of the company. I handle a lot of the looking for other innovative ways to make money. I'm always like looking around, like I'm trying to find I'm always looking at new business opportunities and like researching other things and like presenting like, what if we did something like this?
What if we went on tour?
And I'm trying to find other means. And Zach is more like on the pulse of what's happening tomorrow.
Yeah.
And then sometimes we're both into what is happening tomorrow. And sometimes we're like, literally, we had a thing this week on Friday night. I texted Zach and it was like, yes, this is at the top of the priority list for Monday. It's like both of us are geared on like, so we need to figure out this thing is the number one thing to figure out.
Right. Yeah. Lock in.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
but we're
today.
also like,
that's
there's like
week.
4 other things happening right now.
Yeah.
And then every day is something that might change. Like, Rachel's out sick today. So like we jumped on the meetings that Rachel was doing. So like immediately like things change all the time. And the priorities get shifted.
Yeah.
I don't know that either of us are the bad cop because that implies the good cop, bad cop, like, I'll go in tough and then you try and sweeten them up.
Yeah.
So I wonder if the question is who's more stern, which I don't know. I hope that's neither of our leadership style.
I'm sure both of us can be.
Yeah. I give more notes. So maybe I'm, if I'm the maybe it's like who's more of a pain in the ass.
Sort of laying down the law a little bit, or like, making it more structure in the company, I guess. I don't know. But this one is easier. Zach is really short. How tall are you?
It's not true. He's actually not short. I'm just really tall. And
Yeah.
Miles is really tall.
Yeah. So
Miles
it does.
And Eugene is quite tall.
Yeah.
And
So-
Eugene's torso is very tall.
Yes.
Can I tell you this? Okay, I was at my mom's birthday. Happy birthday, Margot!
Happy birthday, Margot!
2 times over.
And I was looking around at all of her friends. We invited about like 20 of her friends, went out to a dinner, a little speakeasy. It was very cute.
Mm-hmm.
And I was taller than all of them. I was the tallest person at the party. Maggie and I were the two, other than my uncle, we were the 2 tallest people at the party. And I was like, holy shit, this is why I never considered myself short growing up. Because I fucking wasn't. I was normal my whole life. I was the average height, and then there were some shorter people.
Yeah.
And now all of a sudden, come here to this land of freaks and giants.
Well, you know what? All the top people who've been around you were like Southerners. People who grew up raised in the South and drank a fuck ton of milk, probably.
yeah.
Oh.
Because like, I
Are
drank a
Southerners
lot
taller?
of milk.
Yeah, that's a good question.
And there is HGH in milk.
Oh, I did. I drank
There's
quite a bit
bunch
of milk.
there's a bunch of vitamins and hormones in milk like
Yeah.
that. By design.
Yeah.
Because like it was a way to get children
Baby.
full of vitamins.
Yeah, and
It's
also
good.
baby cows.
Yeah. Sure, cows also love milk. But we didn't engineer the milk for the cows to benefit. We engineered the milk for us to benefit. We
wait,
put the
what?
vitamins in after.
Oh,
So-
you're saying we added the vitamins.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. So
What are you saying, Keith?
I'm saying that like so much of the food is like has
Don't be
extra
peddling
vitamins in it.
conspiracy theories on this podcast.
It's good for you. It's normal.
Listen to this fucking guy.
It's just what they did.
Get
Anyway,
your Joe Rogan conspiracy theories out of here.
all the top people around you were people who drank milk a lot growing up.
Yeah.
So
Well,
maybe
Maggie is
you didn't
also-
drink enough milk.
She's pretty tall.
Yeah, she
she's
grew
tall.
up being the tall girl of her friend group.
Whoa, did you resonate with that Netflix movie?
I
gotta ask her.
Yeah, let's send her a text.
I haven't seen Maggie in so long. I used to see her all the time. Anyways, we can't get into that, but I do miss her.
I'll let her know.
But okay, Zach actually doesn't like the gunk in Kingsbury Crunch, but is scared to admit it.
Okay. We can't include this. They're a sponsor.
Should we cut it? Should we cut it?
I can't speak ill of a sponsor. Look, it just gets. I don't like the feeling of things between my teeth, and sometimes the gunk you have to get in and kind of figure it out.
It's
I love
really
how it
gunky.
tastes.
It's really gunky.
When
And
the
some
gunk-
people like that.
when
It's
the
like
gunk-
Swedish fish. Some people love Swedish fish. For me, it's too much gunk.
It's not as bad as Swedish fish.
Right, Swedish fish.
No,
It's
no,
really,
no,
really intense.
Like when the gunk hits the throat, it's delicious. I love the
Right.
flavor of the gunk.
Yeah.
I could suck down gunk all day.
For sure.
But I don't like when it gets stuck in my teeth.
A note for the manufacturers.
Yeah. Well, that's why I like the Kingsbury bursts.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Like,
It's the juice
first.
version of the gunk.
That's so gross. Keith traps Becky under the covers when he farts.
No, in fact, I would say the opposite. And at night, if I'm farting, I try to direct the fart out the other side of
I
the
thought it was opposite that she traps you.
No, I'll try to like put a line and open the window.
You flap it.
Yeah, fly it out.
Flap, flap,
fly
flap,
it out
flap,
to
flap,
the
flap.
other direction away.
Who sent that assumption?
I don't know. One of our fans.
One of our
Follow our Instagram.
I'm trying to
heavy
think
quotation mark things.
You think I wrote that?
think you wrote them.
No, I try not to penalize anyone with my farts. I'm over here eating menus.
Yeah.
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 I'm over here eating menus.
Yeah.
Gobbling up worlds.
What was the smelliest post eat the menu? Like what gave you the funniest farts, memorable farts?
I'm trying to remember. It's normally not even like a fart issue. It's just like I'll wake up at 3 a.m. with horrible cramps. That doesn't happen very often. That happens like every so often. One of them really fucks me up.
Yeah.
But most of the time, shockingly, I'm fine.
Wow.
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah.
I agree.
I
don't
did one eat
understand.
the menu. I did the cereal live stream, and I had the craziest poops.
Yeah, that sounds right.
It was so
I
much
guess cereal
sugar
has a
and
lot of
oats
fiber.
and wheat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The belts are actually probably harder because they're all the belts have been like sugar
Yeah.
slams. Or
Sugar
like,
slam.
or the Doritos one, which is like a sodium bomb, like those, and I do them in an hour, so it's a lot more rapid. So those actually
Really
have
headache
hurt me
too.
more. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
no, the sugar
The
headache
sugar rush.
on those has been really bad.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
pain is temporary.
It is temporary. Eat the menus forever.
That's my philosophy. Eat the menus forever.
This one's a little more serious. You're tired of being a try guy.
Oh.
No,
this is so fun. We love our job.
Yeah.
I honestly, I would say that a lot of what we're doing right now is trying to build this in a way to get to do this forever. We love doing this.
Yeah, recently people have been asking us like, oh, do you want to like stop in 5 years? Do you want to like, are you planning on doing this for how much longer? It's like, there's no, what's better? Like,
what else would you do?
Almost in a negative sense. Like, is there anything that would be a better situation than this? Because like every job has stresses. We have great visibility. We have fun. We get to mostly make whatever we want to make.
Do cool
with
shit.
Some limitations, but like there's always going to be limitations. And the only thing I'm not tired of being a try guy. I'm probably tired of some of the stress that life has thrown at us the last few years.
Yeah.
Tired of that being a bother in my life, but other than that, and that'll eventually go away, and it's not so bad.
Well, you're mostly like kind of tired, but not tired of being tired.
I'm tired.
Tired.
Oh, I'm tired.
Definitely tired.
Yeah. Interesting. Okay. Let's see. Oh, this is actually something I have thought about a lot.
Okay.
Zach and Keith purposely fuck up on War.
Without a recipe.
Without a recipe because they know it will make better content.
Okay, so this comes... People I saw on the Discord the other day, someone was like, Quasi doesn't know what a cupcake tray is. He's got to be faking it. Guys, we are stupider than you think. And the people who watch without a recipe...
Wait, you didn't know what a cupcake tray is?
I don't know.
That's insane.
That sounds... But you know...
Have you ever talked to Jared and Quasi?
Yeah, I guess I'm not thinking...
They really
cupcakes.
don't ever bake things. They never have.
Yeah.
So like...
But you guys have done a lot. Like, I'm like,
So
you must be learning.
I want to talk about that assumption. Yes, we are learning a little bit. We film
once a week.
One week a year. So I've done it. We've done what, 5 years?
Yeah, and all we actually learn is the mistake that we made and what happens.
But you see the final edit where it's like, don't do this, and then we do that, and then you synthesize the lesson. We don't synthesize the lesson. There's no one, when I make a mistake, there's no one who immediately goes, oh, Zach, silly, try this way. And then I go, oh, I know now. No, I just do it wrong. I just do it wrong for 1 week a year, every year.
Yep. And then while I like have maybe a teensy bit more know-how than Zach, my strategy for without a recipe is to choose to try to make something impossible.
Oh,
because then what if I can make it? So like sometimes I will choose like an obviously impossible idea, like tomato soup macarons.
Yeah,
you can't do that.
Yeah,
but what if I could?
But what if they are sweet? Tomatoes are sweet.
Yeah, so I think we've all tried to in the past like do something that's like, oh, this is really stupid, and I think we learned very quickly that the best ideas are crazy, but based in something that you believe.
Yeah.
Like when Keith's making tomato soup macarons, he has to believe that there is a path.
I think I do think it could work.
Yeah.
But also
there's like a base reality. Yeah.
I'm there in the room with him. He thinks that there are some awful ideas that he has deluded himself and to be like, no, because like, well, this is a savory.
It was an ice cream sandwich, so why wouldn't there be bread? And to my credit, I had we shot something recently, and there literally are ice cream sandwiches that use a type of bread, and I couldn't believe it.
You're still stuck on this.
I couldn't believe it. There are like French or Italian.
Yeah, but they don't put bread in the middle of the ice cream.
No, but
the bread's on the outside.
But they used bread, didn't they?
They did use bread.
So that's me. I'm not fully reinventing. I'm not fully inventing something new. I'm just reinventing something that exists. I didn't do it. It didn't go well.
But you do synthesize when you're watching the cuts. A little bit?
A little bit.
But then again, the notes process is still at least 6 to 8 months away from the next shoot.
Right.
So like, well, yes, I might see like, okay, that's how you know the difference between this and that. By the time I'm using that knowledge, it's gone.
Yeah.
That's 8 months ago. I don't know.
I came up with like a mnemonic to remember the difference between powder and
baking soda.
Baking soda.
In an edit. I remember.
Well, and then it was like powder puffs, soda. See, and I forget now, and I confuse it.
Powder puffs,
Soda spreads.
Soda spreads.
Oh.
And I remember, and see, I'm pissed off that you remember that. But like,
Oh, I didn't remember spreads. You did.
and actually, that's gonna help me from Chef's React if I can remember that. And the fact that we just talked about it
It's gonna help.
means that maybe I'll
bridged that
remember it a
gap.
little more.
Because we are about a month and a half away from Without a Recipe shooting. Because Without a Recipe shoots at like May and June.
Yeah.
But
And then
what
it
I-
takes,
what I
yeah.
Comes
used-
out in November.
What I used to do to remember that was powder. So powder soda. So sugar soda, a soda, you get hyped for a little bit and then you crash. Whereas with powder, cocaine, you get really hype. And so that's how I remembered it in my head.
Well, actually, that does bring us to the next one, which is
It does.
that you guys do coke, but for fun.
No.
No, we don't do coke.
I hate cocaine.
I don't wait. Do people do coke not for fun?
I don't know.
But for fun. I'm like, I think that's how most people do any recreational drug. Now, obviously, there are people who are addicted who
Yeah,
they're
I
doing
guess
it
it's
for
not.
fun.
I
They're
guess
doing it
that's
for
not for
stability. But
Yeah.
like most people, if you're choosing to do a
Yeah.
recreational drug, I hope it's for fun.
Yeah.
I have no problem admitting that I've tried cocaine in my adolescence. Not adolescence. That's no.
You were 15.
Post-college. And I hated it. It's awful. It gave me the worst headache the next day that I've ever had in my life.
Mm-hmm.
It's so short, so all you want to do is more of it. It makes you have the greatest conversation of your life with your taxi driver, and then you get to your location and you're just like, yeah, okay, we gotta do it. It sucked. I hated who it made me. I did it once or twice. I didn't like the people that did it. It made me feel bad, and now it's real fucking dangerous because it's laced with all sorts of stuff.
Yeah.
Dumb drug,
Don't
very
do it.
expensive, crazy addictive. I'm lucky that I hated it.
Don't do it.
Okay, we're anti-coke on this podcast.
We loved some drugs. We don't like cocaine.
We like drugs that grow. Well, I guess coke grows. It's a plant.
This one is funny to me because it's pretty off. I think it's off base. Keith will not entertain small talk.
What are you
Are
talking
you
about?
talking about?
I know.
I will create it.
I know.
Out
I'm
of
like, I feel like
nowhere.
there's a
Oh,
small
Becky
talk.
will
king.
We'll be like, I'll be like, let's go to this party. He's like, well, I don't know anything. He's like, you'll know me. He's like, yeah, you'll be talking to everyone else.
Yeah.
And he'll be like, well, yeah. I was like, well, you won't know them either. It's like, yeah, that's what's fun about it.
That's
Getting to know them. Because I've never had that conversation before.
yeah.
I want to talk to these strangers.
I
Have
do
fun.
love a small talk.
I love talking to
talking about the
strangers.
weather. It's so cute to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the small talk king. You
I
can't
can go.
stop
I can
him.
go from stranger to finding some sort of common ground with some person so fast.
Yeah.
I'm so quick to navigating. And there's a few questions that you need to do. One, where are you from? And I've been there because I've been to every state.
I've been to every
And
single state.
I can remember some food they're known for, or some drink they're known for, or some item, place,
Yeah.
thing they're known for. And they'll be like, how do you know about that? And I'm like, well, I went there. It's like, oh my gosh, that's so cool. It's like, yeah, I liked that. Was really neat. Like, wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Boom. Friends.
Done.
Done.
Aside from recording, the office is pretty quiet.
Most days, yeah.
Do you think so? I think it's really loud. But maybe
Well,
it's because my
there are
attention
some
span is bad.
times where
Yeah.
the bullpen gets riled up.
Yeah.
But it's normally like, oh, Chaperone put out a music video, or somebody's tickets are on sale.
Right.
Or like there's an event.
Mm-hmm. We do go for hours without saying anything sometimes.
Yeah. Sometimes it's totally quiet, everybody's locked in, and then something happens. And then
Yeah.
The kitchen's always the chat zone.
Yeah.
If you're getting coffee or
It's
soda
a
with
water
someone
cooler,
else's, you're going to have that classic water cooler chat. I will often kind of just stand by the pit and then sort of ask a question to see if anyone will answer. Like, what'd you think of White Lotus?
Yeah.
And then Rainie perks her head up and responds. And now, okay, I'm having a conversation with Rainie.
Yeah.
I think it was like a couple weeks ago on Friday. Almost no one was here, but Rainie was here. Maybe two other people were here, and I came out of the office and said, "That's it. It's time for a sugar break." But it just startled Rainie. Rainie was like, "Like what's wrong? What's
like,
wrong?"
wait, what's-
It's like, it's time for a snack.
And it was actually you're just getting a cookie.
Yeah. just getting a
Yeah.
cookie.
Sometimes you need a cookie.
This one is kind of interesting. That Zach laughs all the time, like all of the time.
I laugh a lot of the time.
Yeah, but not all the time.
That would be impossible.
Yeah.
Unsustainable.
Yeah, you have a sense of humor, but you're not. You're also not like. There are some people who are just like will laugh at anything.
I do interrupt meetings sometimes to just talk about a non sequitur.
Honestly, I was just thinking about how fast sometimes Zach and I will go from talking about something unbelievably serious to something completely flippant.
Yeah.
We were just having a very serious conversation. Then I said, Is that a new sweater? It's like, yeah. And like, I was like, this is like a fucking boring ass realism play where like two characters are having a huge fight and then some little thing happens like, oh, there's a piece of dust right here. I'm like, oh, that's not dust. That's a crumb from a cookie I had. A cookie you had? Like, just completely unnecessary conversation, but we just switched from something very serious to, where'd you get that? To like, oh, that card is for the Gap and for Old Navy. Did you know that?
Oh yeah.
It was Banana Republic
or whatever.
Yeah.
There's a lot more quote unquote mess that you're not showing us.
Physical or emotional?
I think just like there's a lot more, I'll say, in my opinion, there is, but it's not intentionally hidden. It's just like so much goes into making X amount of videos a week that like there's a lot that you don't see.
I think
just because.
I think the answer is absolutely yes.
Yeah,
there's a lot of, I'll call it mess. There's a lot of mess you don't see.
Yeah.
We cleaning up some messes.
You don't want to see. You're not here for the mess.
Some messes I'm not allowed to show you.
You're here for the polished product.
You wished your audience reflected yourselves more.
No, our audience is great. Wait, reflected ourselves? What does that mean?
I think probably like you have like typically women, typically queer, a certain age group.
I love our fans. I think I could interpret the answer to that as yes if it was more like, oh, there are some comedy things that we might like to make that we may not make because they may not make as much sense to our audience, or even just Try Guys videos. We were talking about this the other day. It's like, oh, I would love to do like a coastal foraging video, but demographically speaking, our other videos that have been like that haven't performed as well.
What is a coastal foraging?
Digging up clams. Digging a hole in the sand and reaching my arm down there and pulling a clam out.
That's sort of what's been on your mind recently.
Well, there's like a guy who does it on YouTube who I really like. His name is Taku, but his name on his handle is Outdoor Chef Life, and he used to do all these very, very calm, very patient, almost meditative videos of him going into little tide pools and trying to catch little critters. And then he's a chef, so he kills and cooks the critter on the beach and eats it, but he makes it look beautiful because he's a chef.
Oh, but that's something you enjoy watching. You wouldn't enjoy making that.
I would like to try.
You would make jokes. You can't turn yourself off.
No, I couldn't make his version.
Yeah.
I want to make my version of that. I want to experience catching a crab. I want to catch a crab.
Did you ever catch frogs growing up?
Yes, but I let them go.
Yeah, me too.
Catching crabs meant, did I see a frog on the ground and I grab it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
didn't go hunting. I was like, frog, come here.
Hey, if you're listening and you want Keith to catch crabs, comment below, give Keith crabs.
Give Keith crabs 2025.
And let us know, because maybe you're wrong. I love our audience. True. I wouldn't trade them for the world. I think we have the best.
We do.
Audience. The only types of videos that they historically haven't loved that I love is all of our airplane stuff has relatively underperformed compared to my expectations. So that's skydiving and flying airplanes. And so every time we think about doing stuff in the sky, I'm like, well, we don't have a good sky track record.
Yeah. And sort of like similarly, like some of the nature stuff has only done okay. So like, well, maybe we shouldn't do that.
But we're going to try again.
Again. We're doing some, but we were thinking like, how much should we do? Because we aren't sure how they'll perform. So
teaser with that though, it involves dogs.
Yeah.
Which I'm interested in.
And that's a way that we're trying to hope that maybe that's a little bridge.
Yeah.
To make more people excited about it.
You're a little embarrassed by what you do.
No.
Okay.
Let me think. Is there anything I do that I could be a little embarrassed by?
Once upon a time, and maybe still.
I know one.
Go ahead.
When I have to do like an Instagram story for a live stream coming up, and I'm just doing it in the office, and like it takes me like 5 or 6 takes, and I was like, everybody's just fucking watch me try to do this fucking this brand copy for this live stream that I legitimately excited about doing the live stream, but I have to do this story of like Wednesday at 7. Go on down. This is so silly.
You know what I'll say? I never noticed that.
Oh, thank God.
So you're
Thank goodness.
Yeah, it's closeted. What were you gonna say?
I early on struggled with the term YouTuber, and because I think there were a lot of assumptions for what that meant, and blah, 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 blah. I don't know. I think I'm over it. So I still don't really know what to call myself. When I meet people,
I would definitely call yourself a YouTuber.
Well, some people say some people say creators.
Oh,
now,
sure.
But I'm like, I'm not God. I don't
That's for Jesus
create.
only.
I remix.
Yeah.
Like nobody fully creates. You
Yeah.
remix. There's no way to fully make something new anymore.
Yeah. Does that bum you
we're all
out? Because sometimes
Stardust, man.
Yeah.
No, I think it's good to let other. I mean, here's a great example. Eat the Menu. What is that show? It's a mukbang.
Oh, uh-huh.
But I don't like. Well, I didn't want to make a mukbang that's literally sitting in for an hour eating and like just like kind of a one take where you just talk and eat. I was like, no, I'd rather it be like have more jokes per minute.
Yeah.
How can I do that? Eat everything and cut it down to be 30 seconds to a minute per thing. So it can be joke, thing. But it still is a mukbang. But it's my way of doing that.
Yeah.
And I know there's an audience for those.
Yeah.
But maybe I can reach the people who, like me, aren't patient enough to actually watch all those, but are interested in the food element and the hangout vibe.
Yeah.
But the hangout vibe, when it's truly hangout, is too slow paced for me.
Right. Well, it also gives an answer of what should I order at this place that I go to
and
all
also
the
I
time.
think it has better information offering than a typical mukbang would.
But like this podcast, I thought I was copying one trend, but I was also copying Anthony.
Yeah.
So it goes.
Right. Everyone. I mean, yeah.
So it goes.
Zach and Keith are always high to an extent.
No.
To an extent.
Like.
Hey man,
Maybe
caffeine's
you
the
more
world's
for
most
me.
popular drug.
I'm like only intoxicated in some way or another on camera like 0.1% of the time.
Mm-hmm.
I will say that most of the time that people assume I'm high, I am not.
Yeah.
Yeah, same. Everyone always thinks I'm high and eat the Menu. I'm like, no, I can't do it.
You get intoxicated off of fast food.
It's too hard. Yeah, but I'm not like I'm not stoned because I assume that's what they mean by high. And that I'm like high on weed. High on the weed, the reefer.
High on the reefer. Yeah, I actually don't think that there's any video that I can think of where I've
other than the ones that
smoked weed.
Yeah, no, secretly no.
Mm-hmm.
No.
I don't think so.
If you're high, you'll know because you'll say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it would almost be the thrust of the video.
Yeah.
Like I'm not a good performer when I'm high.
Right.
Like I don't get high for a Lou Burger show, for anything.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing. Because I can't do it.
Yeah.
Now, is there a baseline of chemical alterations in us potentially?
Sometimes.
Maybe.
Caffeine for sure. And like
if you got high the night before, does that change?
Yeah, I mean there probably is, but I would say I have weed in some sort. Like last night, Becky and I had like we had 2.5 milligrams of weed in a drink.
Right now.
Yeah, I get that.
I'm not though. But I don't know if it's how much tea I've had or just being in this room for so long.
Mm-hmm.
I have a little weed almost every night, but it's like instead of having a glass of wine or something, it's like I'm just watching TV and chilling
and hanging out,
and I'm not like I'm just like a little high. It's not.
Yeah.
No big thing.
Rainie, do you know? So I had a movie night here last night.
Oh yeah.
And Rainie was the only person here. And we just I just got back from a trip,
100%, I know.
so I didn't want to host.
You guys smelled so sharp.
So I'm like, well, we just smoke a joint because we're gonna watch a movie.
Yeah.
So we went outside and it was very funny though coming back in, and I was like, do I walk by Rainie or do I take the long way to my office? Because I know that I smell bad.
Well, also you guys like set up the room and then left. I was like, no, where did you just go?
Classic.
We had to watch a movie.
Wait, before we start, should we smoke a little weird?
It was the three of us and we were cheering.
That's so funny.
Alone
Yeah.
in this empty office.
I watched Bahubali 2 after we did Bahubali 1. So fun.
It's fucking
It's
incredible.
so good.
Dude.
You're all totally different from your trisonas at this point. No shade, but it's been so long, you're not the same guy.
Sure, but I think also our trisonas have changed a little
I
bit.
don't wear blue squares anymore.
There's certainly a difference between who you are performative versus not. But I also think that's the true, like, you're different with different people.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I was at a party and I was like, oh, I'm quieter at this party than I am on camera. But it's like, I don't know, I have different vibes with different people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I don't know. I actually...
should see Zach on the pickleball court. He's mean.
Really?
I slam the ball and go, keep up, chunk.
Squirt. Come on, squirt.
I tried to say chump and punk
chum,
at the same
and
time, and I said chunk.
I was like,
Keep up,
sure.
chunk.
So much meaner.
It is way
He's
meaner.
body shaming me because I'm not good at this game.
Yeah, so I used to think that it was like, oh, performances, I'm hyping up a part of myself. And I suppose that's sort of true, but
Yeah.
I've tried to very intentionally not play an old version of myself anymore. That's because it's like not mentally or spiritually fun. And I think it at this point might have less to do with like, this is performance act and this is just who I am with these people.
Mm-hmm.
These are fun.
Yeah,
Aren't they
I
fun?
like them.
I'm having
I'm
a good
like-
time.
Should this just be the show always?
Yeah.
Anthony, you're on to something, buddy.
I get it.
You gotta
Oh, we
figure
can
it out.
invite other people on the show
Oh, and
get people's
Oh,
assumptions
that's
about
fun.
them. And then, we should get some purple lights.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, the purple light right there.
Yeah.
Well, it's sort of
Some
blue.
smoke,
Sort
some
of blue
liquid
purple.
smoke. Keith is not as extroverted as he seems.
Wrong.
Wrong. I'm pretty extroverted. The only thing that like is no, I don't know. I'm
I think he's more extroverted than you think.
yeah. I think probably.
Yeah.
And sometimes I like. Yeah, I'd say that like I don't know what to do with myself when I'm alone.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, I can't really picture you
That's such so real of you to say.
yourself.
Like if I'm alone at home, I'll almost do nothing.
Yeah. Yeah, because I feel like you're always.
Like I
Yeah.
won't make myself nice food. I'll eat the simplest thing possible
Uh-huh.
because I'm like, well, it's not worth making food just for me
Yeah.
because there's no joy in that.
Uh-huh.
It's just me. And then I'm like, and I'm not going to watch TV because I don't really watch any TV without Becky. And so like, I'm going to like, maybe I'll watch YouTube, but I'll probably end up watching YouTube and halfway through that video start scrolling on TikTok or something else. And
Yeah.
then I've done nothing.
Yeah.
And I will
Yeah.
say that when we are out or meeting new people, he can't help himself but
Yeah.
tell little stories
I
or
got to talk to
share
somebody.
something or share photos or whatever. He just loves.
Talking to people.
He's a yapper.
A yapper.
100%
Like
yeah.
meeting people.
Zach, I'm going to give you this, and I'm going to have you scroll through and see which ones you want to answer.
Woo! Zach's in the driver's seat.
All right, well, this is literally
First
the
and
first
foremost.
one on here. You all smell a little musty. Parentheses, respectfully.
I mean,
Probably, yeah. Of course.
there's a lot of assumptions about your guys' smell.
That's
People
interesting.
think about it a lot, I think.
I don't know why.
Do people think about our smell a
I
lot?
guess I cut out a bunch, but it was like, what was people think that you smell like cedar. Keith?
Oh, yeah, here we go. Okay.
Yeah.
Keith smells like cedar. Zach equal icy hot and weed.
Which is really funny.
Miles smells like coffee, and Rainie smells like sunscreen and vanilla.
Which honestly is
That
maybe one of the best compliments I've ever
Sounds
received.
close.
Yeah, I think I probably do.
And then I think Miles does kind of smell like coffee.
I
And-
don't think that you
and
have
the
a
back
smell.
of a closet.
I don't think that any of you have a smell.
I certainly don't smell like a tree.
I haven't gotten close enough to any of you to smell.
No,
it.
if
Yeah.
anything, we sit in the studio and like I'm warm by the end of it, so I smell
Yeah.
like a hot guy,
Yeah.
not sexy hot, like physically warm person.
like sort of a sticky.
Like I have a little bit of sweat,
yeah.
so I probably have a little bit of smell.
Did you say Miles smells like the back of a closet?
Uh huh. You know,
I know
like
what
when you
mean.
walk into a closet, it's like,
Like,
it
yeah.
smells like clothes.
Oh, I see. I thought you
You
were
know?
talking about like that closet, like a storage closet.
No. I mean like your closet. You know how your
Uh-huh.
closet smells?
Yeah.
It smells like all your clothes.
I don't. Yeah, I do like.
Yeah,
that
it's not a bad smell.
Yeah,
It's just like, it's this room that's not well ventilated
yeah,
and is mostly fresh, clean clothes, but
Yeah.
maybe they've been sitting there for a while. So there could be some dust. So
Yeah.
there could be some, maybe you have mothballs in there to avoid the moths.
uh-huh.
And it has those smells. And it also smells like your dresser
And
or
kind of
old wood.
home. Yeah.
Like, so it has some wood smell.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not ventilated at all. So it has a smell.
Yeah.
Like closets have no ventilation.
Yeah. True.
Yeah.
True.
Some of these are mean.
Oh, no. Read 'em.
Really?
Well, and
some
then
of them
this one is I like and I think is accurate. Zach rants in office meetings and people kind of just go with it. It's sort of not that far from the truth.
I'd
It's not
say there are times.
there are rant meetings, but they're labeled as such.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes, do you guys feel like you're in too many meetings?
That I'm into. Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a big point of contention here. We're gonna figure that out. Contention is the wrong word.
It's hard.
Uh,
You need meetings, but also too many meetings. You can't enact the meetings' agendas.
Yeah. Sometimes I see your guys' schedule and it's just meeting, and
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah.
But to that point, I have had meetings where it's like it's like jazz.
Right.
And it's just like, hey, I've been meditating on a lot of these thoughts. Here's a lot of thoughts. And then collectively together, we need to come up with action items.
Yeah.
And I've identified some things, but
Yeah.
Sometimes they work.
sometimes. There's for some reason, the miscellaneous section is almost exclusively me. I'm just going to speed read some of these.
Speed round 'em.
Zach claps when the plane lands.
We should every time they land.
Hey, in this
I can't do it. I can't do it. I couldn't do it. I did it once, but it was scary.
Zach is bisexual. Zach is
Wait,
more,
are you going to answer?
I don't clap when the plane lands, and I don't think I'm bisexual. I think I'm pretty straight.
Have you ever kissed a boy?
Yeah.
Me, probably.
Oh, yeah. I guess Keith.
I was shocked by the scruff.
Oh, yeah.
It was different.
Yeah. Yeah, I was talking to my bisexual friend. He was like, yeah, kissing guys isn't that good because of the scruff. And I was like, yeah.
Oh, no, I thought it was cool.
I will say, like, even myself, I'm like, there's a point where your mustache or beard gets just long enough that it's soft.
Right, right.
But it's hard to get it to that.
Yeah.
And I don't grow a nice beard. So
Yeah.
when it looks like that, I actually look worse.
Right. But you feel better.
But I look the best in a short scruff. But that feels the worst to kiss.
Yeah.
And then a full clean shaven only lasts for a day.
Yeah.
And then the next day it feels bad again. I'm like, well, why would I ever do that?
Yeah. Yeah. So I guess the middle ground is a sort of close shave.
Yeah. I mean, I just try to do like a tighter scruff, but I like shave once every week and a half.
Yeah. I'm glad I don't have to deal with that.
Mm-hmm.
I would. Yeah.
There was one that said that we're all more useful than we portray. Like Zach could build a shelf.
You could build a shelf.
Yeah.
I installed the shelf. I didn't build it from scratch. But I installed the shelf the other day.
You know what I did the other day? I took a door off the hinges by myself.
Wow.
And then put it back on the hinges.
Impressive.
By myself.
That's quite impressive.
What had you needing to do that?
I had to put something into a room that was like just
Too
centimeters too big, and I didn't want to take it apart, so I took the door off. That gave me
such a funny choice. It's like, I don't want to take this thing apart. I'll take the door off.
it was the right call for the object, but and I got rid of, this is huge, I got rid of the treadmill.
Yeah.
What?
The treadmill.
The attempted murder treadmill.
I can't believe you still have that. I mean, have you ever been on it since?
Bowie mostly.
Oh, it's for Bowie.
But it's so big.
It was so big.
Yeah, I sold it on Facebook Marketplace.
I was in that room because that was the bathroom we bathed Henry in, and I was like, wow, this room is huge.
Yeah.
I've never felt this big before because it had this gigantic treadmill in it, and it took up like a quarter of the room.
Yeah, and there's almost literally nothing in it now. It's just an empty room.
It's fun.
That was such an era.
Also, because you have so many like nice rugs in part of your house, I never really appreciated the floor.
The floors are lovely.
Floors are really nice. I was like, these floors are really nice.
Really nice
I never
floors.
see the floor.
Yeah, they redid the floors right before, like a year before.
They're really nice.
Gorgeous.
Really good wood floor. It made me like, maybe I want these types of floors. These are
I don't know.
Nicer floors than ours. Our floors are kind of fine.
I wouldn't know how to get them.
It just costs a lot of money.
Yeah.
It's hard because you can't live in the house when they're doing that.
Yeah.
Where you have to like move around.
The people who did who we bought the house from redid a lot of stuff by themselves because they thought they were going to be there forever. And then when the pandemic happened, they were like, oh, we want to be closer to family.
Right.
And so there's some good and bad. There's some things where it's like, oh, you actually shouldn't have done this yourself. Like we discovered a light, like electrical thing that didn't have a cap on it and was just in, or it didn't have a plastic box. So it was just in wood. It was like, oh, this could have very easily started a fire in our walls. But nice floors.
I want to just to go on that, the like doing yourself, when the thing that I'm getting fixed on the plumbing, one area of the plumbing, the guy said like, they did this wrong. They like use stuff you can't use there. It's very Mickey Mouse. I was like, in my brain, I'm thinking, hodgepodge? What? I've never heard the term. It's like, yeah, it's very Mickey Mouse. I was like, I don't think that's the term.
I've heard
I was like, I'm not gonna correct him, and I understood what he meant.
Maggie says Mickey Mouse sometimes too. It's
Wait,
very
really?
funny to me.
What do you mean? Like the Disney company is really buttoned up.
I know.
They're not hodgepodge. Have you been to Disneyland?
Yeah.
That shit is a masterpiece.
It is.
That is not Mickey Mouse.
No, she's only said it in the context of like, what kind of Mickey Mouse shit is this?
What? And maybe it has something to do with like a Latin or Central American or South American like
Or because he's goofy. I don't know.
Maybe, yeah.
Well, that's
Goofy
Goofy.
Goofy would make more
Goofy's
sense.
goofy.
Yeah. Goofy would make more. Yeah.
Mickey Mouse.
Mickey Mouse. It's
Very
Mickey Mouse.
I was like, what does that mean?
I kind of love it though.
Yeah, it's really cute.
It's
but it seems wrong.
Yeah.
Keith is the dad that says he doesn't want a kitten/puppy, then ends up loving it the most.
No, yeah, that's true.
Did you not want Alfie?
I didn't want a pet
Really?
because I grew up with lots of pets.
Oh, okay.
And I had too many pets growing up.
Uh-huh.
So it was like it was always sort of a burden.
Yeah.
It was like every morning I had to feed like 5 dogs
Oh
and
my
like
God.
several
5?
cats. Yeah.
Whoa. I don't think I knew. I knew you guys both had reptiles, right?
We also had an iguana. And we had hamsters.
Yeah.
And we had cats. And we had neighborhood
What
cats.
kind of dogs? Like, were they like?
Mutts.
Oh, interesting.
Just a bunch of strays that my mother took in because she loves animals.
Oh.
Which is great and really wonderful thing to do, but
It was a lot of work.
it's a lot of work and not fun.
Yeah.
And then, the dogs are, if you're going to be out of town, you got to plan to take care of the dogs. Dogs got to go on walks. It's just like too much. And I was like born into that life.
Yeah.
So like when I went to college and like didn't have an animal, I was like, I'm free. And then after that, I was like, I'm not going to have an animal for as long as I can. I always said that I'll get an animal when I have a child that wants an animal because then we'll get one.
Yeah.
But I don't need to get an animal before the child.
Like for you. Yeah.
But then we got Alfred because the pandemic made us too sad. And Alfred and I were this. I loved Alfred.
Mm-hmm.
He loved me a lot too. And then we got Grandpa Barry, and Grandpa Barry is also obsessed with me, but in more of a negative light. He's just so obsessed.
Yeah.
Like,
Becky says whenever you come home, he acts like he was like.
He flops on his feet. He flops on my feet. Grandpa Barry has just an unattractive meow. And every single morning, especially lately, ever since Alfred has passed, he hears me wake up and I hear him trotting across the house, and he's coming. He goes and gets a little louder, and then he hops up onto me and gets right to my ear and goes. And I'm like, bro, stop. And then he's like. He just starts making muffins and making biscuits and meowing until I feed him. And I'm like, I've got to take care of Henry. And then I've got to get, it's like I wake up like, okay, time to start caring for all the babies.
Yeah.
Babies and myself.
Yeah. What is life other than
the order of operations? Wake up. Becky and I get coffee. 2,
Frank,
pick up Henry, give him a banana. 3, give Grandpa Barry food. 4, keep feeding Henry who wants to eat on and off for 2 hours in the morning. He's like, Ada. It.
Same.
Berries.
Yeah.
Berries.
Oh.
Berries. Strawberries.
Because when Becky was pregnant, she also was craving berries, right?
Yeah, but Becky loves berries.
Becky loves berries.
Becky's always been eating berries.
Becky was saying that it was a baby.
Rainie, don't go ahead and get it twisted. Becky loves berries.
Becky loves berries.
I'm going to throw the phone to you and let you do some of these.
Okay. Risky. Zach has a small P and Keith has a big P.
They're exactly the same size.
Yep.
We've measured them next to each other.
We measure them every month. Sorry, Zach. Sometimes you are a snooty patootie.
I think that's true.
Yeah, you are.
I think I'm a snooty guy. I like what I like.
Yeah.
I definitely think that the things I think are the best, and that other things are not as good. I think I'm snooty.
Do you judge people for liking certain movies and music?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
We got into a sort of not real, but sort of real argument about Southwest Airlines once.
Oh, yeah.
Zach hates it. I'm like, it's amazing. I like it because it's a good budget airline.
You like it because it flies to the places you fly.
Exactly.
I don't like it because I've been on it once and I thought it was chaos.
But they're all chaos.
Yeah, they're all chaos.
Yeah, but I like knowing where I'm supposed to sit.
I like choosing who I sit next to.
I like the opportunity.
Oh, it was crazy. They were yelling. They were screaming.
They weren't yelling.
They were yelling.
Who was
That's
yelling?
possible.
The flight attendants were yelling.
Yeah,
Never
I believe
had
that.
them yell.
You just went from it's impossible to I believe that.
Well, the flight attendants, they sometimes do because people are dumb. But people are dumb on every airline. And I've heard flight attendants yell at every single line of people I've ever seen.
Oh, the line for sure.
Because what I hate about all the ones with is it Delta or all of them that have zone 1 through zone 9? I'm like, this is too complicated
it's
for
so
people.
Insane.
This is not what people need. People do not need to have 9 zones to sit through. People are just not patient enough for that. So all they do is crowd it, even though they're boarding group 7 and they're in front of the line for 1, and you have to literally.
Maggie called them gate lice.
Wait.
They're almost like gate spiders.
They're like literally like the other day we were boarding and I was group, I don't know, making this up, 3 and like someone's like at the end of the line but like not really committing and I'm like, "Oh, are you in line?" They're like, "No, we're group 7." I'm like, "Get the fuck out of here."
I know.
What are you doing?
Get out of the way.
Go
You're just
away.
slowing everything down.
You know what you're doing.
And let me tell you what, being the first to board in group 7, it's too late. Whatever you're trying to achieve, there's not going to be overhead space. You're group 7.
Yeah.
Well, and
Just
actually,
it's okay. Sometimes I'm group 7.
Combat that, there's seldom time. I've ran out of overhead space
In group 4.
twice in my life.
Oh, I've run it.
Oh.
I've been a lot of times.
This is
where they run
not
out.
like a common issue for me that I need to get on the fucking plane. I want to be the last person on the plane.
Wait, what? You've never run out of overhead space?
Well, I'm a group 3 over here,
Okay.
Rainie.
Well, I'm
Yeah,
group
he doesn't
3.
know what it's like to be in group 7, group 8,
No,
group 9.
I guess it's like so rare, and then like if not, then they'll just they just say, "Oh, we'll check your bags for free." And I'm like, "Aha! See, it doesn't cost you guys money." And then they check it and fucking whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just have to wait.
Especially.
But you get off the plane, you go pee, and by the time you go through the labyrinth to get to the check, it's there. It's not a big deal.
I wonder what you would do if you have
It's
to
not
carry
a fucking
on.
big deal. I don't know why we're all pretending like checking your bag is such a big fucking deal.
I wonder what they would do, because normally they're like, "Oh, you can't have certain electronics and stuff under the plane."
Right.
And so you have them in your carry-on. Well, then you go in the carry-on, they're like, "Oh, you got to check it." It's like, it's full of dangerous electronics. What are they going to do?
Oh.
I can't piecemeal my electronics out. I don't have another bag to put them in.
Oh.
You said I can't have them under the plane. So is that true or is it not?
Okay.
It's full of dangerous electronics.
Someone
This thing
try
is
that.
full of lithium batteries.
Someone try it.
Exclusively 40 lithium batteries.
Don't they also, though, not want the lithium batteries in the overhead?
They don't want them on the plane at all, but
Right.
they don't want them in places where people aren't to be able to stop it. I think most
I think you're
importantly.
supposed
I
to
think
put
it's supposed to be under the
your
seat because if it catches fire, you can address it faster. Is my
Right.
assumption.
Yeah.
I don't actually know. That's what Keith thinks. I got one
That's
here
what's
that's
true
good.
for you.
Keith does the practical and Zach does the whimsy when running the company.
I kind of feel like swap.
That's definitely swap.
Yeah.
Definitely swap.
I try and dip my toe into the whimsy when I can.
Yeah. We both do some amount of practical and whimsy, but I might do slightly more whimsy.
Yeah.
Slightly.
Yeah. I feel like Zach is the notes guy.
I think
You're the
I
notes
end
guy
up
for sure.
taking on a lot of practical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There were just different practical things we do.
Yeah, I don't know. I resent
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
I resent the question.
We both do some practical. Like sometimes it's very, it's only time to be practical. You have
Yeah,
auto
we
caps.
both actually think it too. Like, I mean, we think big picture is whimsy. Whimsy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You have auto caps turned on.
I don't even know how to do that.
You have.
What are you talking
You
about?
definitely do.
Auto caps?
Yeah. I do too.
What does
I
that
like
mean?
auto caps, and I think if you're doing all lowercase
Oh, you mean a
where-
sentence begins with a
Yeah.
cap?
with
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, because I fucking respect the English language.
Also, like that's the way the phone
What are you
comes.
talking about?
That's
What do
just
you
the
think
I-
default setting.
it's kind of cool. It's like cool to have them off, but
Oh,
I
please.
have them on.
Oh,
Yeah.
please. You think, you know what? If you go into your settings and change your iPhone default settings to change it to so that your sentences start with lowercase because you think that looks cooler, then I'm going to tell you what, you're not cool because you care what other people think about you. And you cared so much that you went into your settings. How about that? How about that?
Calling Zach Chugi for his auto caps doesn't go well.
No.
Yeah.
You know what I am is I just use my phone. I just use the damn device.
Yeah.
I have a confusing one here.
'Kay.
Keith needs people to show him.
Oh, actually, I remember that. I didn't finish writing. Keith needs people to show him how to use certain features on his phone.
Yes.
That's so
Yeah.
funny.
You saw the TikTok episode last week. I not TikTok, the Tinder.
Oh.
If it's an
I
app
was
I've
like,
never
what
seen, I'm
TikTok
scared to
episode?
hit the wrong thing, especially in Tinder.
Oh.
I'm scared to hit
yeah.
the wrong thing. What if I do it wrong?
And then you get it, what, nude?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't want whatever
Who
happens.
knows? Who
No,
knows
there's
what
times
happens?
where I'm like, what the
Yeah,
fuck is this
You
setting?
almost pressed the nude button
Yeah.
where you're
Right.
automatically sent the nude.
No, there was a time where I couldn't find something on a phone and I literally called Jack in to show me where it was. But it was because it was something that is on the home screen of my phone
Mhm.
and it wasn't on the home screen of the prod phone. I was like, where the hell is this that I turn this home screen on?
Yeah.
It was it's an icon that on my phone was default.
Uh-huh.
So I'm like, how is this not in the default place that mine is. Where is it actually hidden within the phone? And it was pretty deep in the settings,
it does sometimes
stuff,
go
and it was
deep.
the screen recording function. But that's like deep. That's
we had to do that for Keith Plays a Porn Game. Natty plug.
See?
Plays a porn game. Streaming now on Second Try. We have free trials, so go check it out, or use code KeithPorn20 for 20% off.
Or we don't know. We can't promise 20% off. Some amount.
Yeah, for some
For a
amount off.
surprise discount. That's good.
Yeah, who knows? All right, any last ones? Last assumptions?
Can I tell you though? So on the topic of the phone, the most embarrassing thing that has happened to me is that I use iMessage on my computer. And that was like new for me. That was like, holy shit, you can text on your computer. Really exciting. I like delayed doing it for a long time because I just didn't understand the appeal.
Yeah.
Now I love it.
Yeah.
But during the process, my email address,
Oh, here we go.
let's just call it zackyzack@zack.com. I started texting people from my email address.
Oh my gosh, Keith has texted me from his email address once before, and it was so confusing.
It is the
didn't
most
want to.
embarrassing thing. I've been on threads where it's like, you fucking dad, what are you doing? Stop texting me from your @ZackMail account. And I tried turning it off. I could not figure it out. I finally had someone help me go into my settings, and I turned it off. And as a result, I stopped receiving text messages in my group chats. Altogether. So I was, and then like other people were texting me because whatever reason, like they had the @ZackMail thread. So I was not like for a week, I wasn't receiving half of my texts.
Were your friends like, are you mad at me?
Seriously.
Yeah.
Maggie finally figured it out and I was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
So I had to turn it back on and I'm just stuck as this person. Then I'm on a big group thread with like a lot of big YouTubers that I'm friends with.
Okay.
And it's like a really, like humble brag, like it's a really cool thread.
I'm
and,
not
like,
on it.
people will.
I bet you can get
It's
on
okay.
it, right?
I don't know. I don't need
Zach
to.
add
Zach's
you?
already on it twice. You don't need. They already have 2 track guys on it.
It's a really good joke. And like people will share thumbnails and like ask for advice or talk about upcoming events, whatever. It's like a good thread to be on. And I was on it and I'm like, oh shit, @ZackMail's on it. So I took me off and immediately it booted me from the thread. And then for the next
nightmare.
for
This
the
is
next-
so stressful.
So it said, Zach has removed Zach from the message. But then for the next week, I kept getting the text messages, but I could not reply.
Oh.
There was literally, I couldn't, like, you couldn't like double tap to heart things. I couldn't text. It was only receiving. And I felt like McConaughey at the end of Interstellar, where I'm like banging on the library and like, let me out. And then I finally got Samir invited me back in, which was huge.
Oh, so nice.
That is nice. I was worried that you were going to be, that you accidentally booted yourself and you just never got back in.
No, it was like really, a lot of turmoil.
So funny.
Yeah, that was a lot. There's a lot of ins and outs.
So anyway, I'm just stuck at @ZackMail and there's nothing I can do about it.
Yeah.
I'm a dad forever.
Yeah. Hey, here you
Well,
go.
yeah. I think we need to go through and each give a little piece of advice.
Ooh, I like that idea.
I have a piece of advice while you guys think.
Okay.
I'll link this in the episode description. I saw TikTok about tikka masala, and it's a recipe.
Yeah.
And it was so good. Also, the way the guy he's
The best
like,
food in the world.
like he does that. It's really good, and I liked how he did that. And I made it last night, and it was amazing.
Wow. You made
So
it from scratch.
I made it from scratch. No, literally made it from scratch, and it tasted. I mean, it tasted like tikka masala, but like so fresh and like different, a little different from making it from home.
Yeah, I think I have advice that'll piggyback on that.
There we go.
What's up, Zach Nation? Do you? I can't do this.
You got it. You're doing great.
Do you want a little pop in your mouth? Do you want a flavor that'll make you go, "Aw"?
This is pretty good so far. It's pretty good so far.
Do you want to have the memory of an elephant?
Yeah.
Save your TikTok recipes.
Yeah.
Yes, this
For
is huge.
all my life, I will have
This
a
is
TikTok
huge.
recipe, or Maggie will find one, and she'll text it to me. And then next time I want to cook the thing, I open up TikTok, I look through my likes, I scroll, or I go back in my text and I scroll. Sometimes you click it, and then that person's removed the video, and then they reposted it because they want to have that blah, blah, blah. TikTok allows you to download that thing.
Oh,
download
wow.
it to your
All the way
photos.
save it.
So here's
Wow,
what you're going to
okay.
do. You're going to hit the little 3 dots. You're going to click save. You're going to put it in a folder.
An album.
You can have an album in your photo library that's just called Recipe Things.
Yeah.
Wow. Not just the save button. You're going all in.
I want you to sort it.
Yes.
I was also going to do a recipe thing, but I won't now. Okay. Choose some new interest by searching that thing and engaging with several videos on that interest and wait for it to serve you that naturally.
Oh, that is really good.
Come up with a thing that you'd like to know about. Just look it up
And
on
then-
Instagram and TikTok.
It gives
and
you tidbits.
like a couple creators' videos and stuff, and you're going to get it now.
I just all of a sudden became on Severance Talk. Like
Oh, see,
recently,
that's
and I
fun.
finished it a while ago, but it's so good. The algorithm knows best.
I'm on softball talk right now. I'm getting softball highlights. I'm like, this is kind of sick.
You're learning about softball.
Yeah, no, I'm just watching ladies fucking crush it.
Yeah.
It's just, I mean, sports highlights are sports highlights.
Yeah.
I don't need to know anything other than that person caught a ball that almost made it out. Awesome. Or that person like did a crazy double play. Cool.
Yeah.
Softball's great too. I like baseball. I don't watch basketball, but I watch basketball highlights.
Mm-hmm.
I watch sports highlights, and it was like, maybe Keith would like softball highlights. And guess what? They're right. Like, hell
I
yeah.
do.
Hell yeah, girls.
Yeah.
It's amazing what a good caption will do. Because I if I see a baseball highlight, I'm scrolling. I assume, well, actually, sometimes I'll be like, oh, I bet this is cool if it's a highlight. But I saw a post the other day, and it was, this is the most disrespectful thing I've seen anyone ever do.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, okay, well, yeah, I want to see.
Okay.
And it was a dude, and every time, so it was 4 pitches in a row, and as the guy went to pitch, he just stepped away, which basically was like, you're about to throw a ball. I'm not even gonna pretend to look at this. I know what you're doing. And so pitch 1, the dude stepped away, like literally put his bat down and stepped back, and it was a ball. Pitch number 2, stepped back, ball. Pitch number 3, stepped back, ball. Like, this is a full fuck you.
Wow.
He's like, I know that you're afraid of me because you think that so I'm not going to even take the bait. I'm not looking. I'm not considering it. Pitch 4, home run. It was.
See, it's all a mind game. It's all a mind game.
Unbelievable. I was like, oh my God, I felt like I was like in high school watching people fight. Like it was really good.
That's the,
that
sports
is
highlights are
spicy.
great.
That is tea.
I
All
love
right,
highlights.
Keith,
Yeah.
hit us with the official tripod theme song.
Well, if you're feeling down, don't know where to go. I know one place, I know it's where Keith plays a porn game. On second try, go join. Watch us play a porn game.
And listen right now for a special exclusive clip.
I turned back toward the bar only to find Mac smiling at me.
Ew.
No,
Damn it.
I don't want more of Zach's
No.
Mac character.
That's very. There's dozens of them on the dance floor.
Doesn't more of what? Is this guy a butler? He's like a robot butler telling us to go back.
My boss loves watching the girls dance.
I just want to make sure that we
No, say it.
are with Hannah, not objectifying Hannah, right? We just haven't gotten to objectify anyone's dong yet, and I want to see some bulge.
Well, we're about to. I see several handsome men.
I don't want to see Max bulge. Continue. Heath,
That's a fair point.
I have a chubby.
I've got a Mr. Chubby.
I've got a chubby for you.
I have a chubby for you.
for everyone. Join the circus and watch me.
And I come to the fucking freezer.
I see several handsome men, but only one of them captures my attention.
Hello.
Oh, I get to choose my
your
fucking Darren.
Wait, sorry.
Well, this
what
is
does
Mac.
Choose your Darren.
This is
mean?
Mac.
First of all, that's Mac in disguise. These are all Mac in
Asian Darren, Black Darren.
Interesting.
I don't like this.
Interesting.
All right,
Choose
guys.
your Darren.
What race do you want to fuck?
This is
Here's what I'm
problematic.
going to do. I'm going to close my eyes.
And spin
And
it.
I'm going to tap.
I think that's right.
And then Zach, you're going to close your eyes and you're going to say stop.
Should I close my eyes too?
Yeah, and I want you to think of something cute.
Okay.
I'm going to tell you I think Asian Darren's the hottest of these
Okay,
three.
well, close your eyes. Everybody close your eyes.
Random spinner. Here we go.
I'm spinning. I'm
And I'm gonna
spinning.
think of something
I'm
really cute
spinning.
with my
I'm
eyes
spinning.
closed.
Spin, 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 spin.
Stop!
Like a little kiss on the cheek.
No one wanted White Darren.
Well, we got White Darren.
no one wanted
Fuck.
that.
Love
Shit.
you,
Spin
boy.
again.
100% match.
Well, of course.
Wait, but I wonder if it would have been a 75% match for the others.
Uh-oh.
Have a good ass week.
Yay.